Hello to the Tiddlerhood. The first thing we're going to do as a follow-up to the last video where we got a basic program running in TiddlyWiki inside of an iframe is to start componentizing, componentizing this thing. So break it apart into little pieces that are reusable. First thing we're going to do is that last tiddler that we created, we're going to call this run basic program. Oh, the run basic window. There. Basic program window. Yeah. A little bit better. Kind of wordy, but what the heck, eh? Basic program window. And this is going to be one of our reusable components right here, except that we want to move some of this stuff out. And the first step in componentization, this is a bit of an iterative process, is to take all of this and put it in its own tiddler. And we're just going to call this the www basic HTML tiddler. And we're going to put that in there. And just so that it's nicer to view in TiddlyWiki without it getting formatted as wiki text, we're going to set this up as plain text, save, and there it is. So now there's our web page for a simple www basic program. Now we got to modify this thing to include that guy, and that's not very hard. The beauty of transclusion. Let's replace all of this with a simple transclusion, and of course I don't feel like typing this in, so let's just copy that. Let's paste that in there, and just to make sure that you can see it well on your own computer, and there's the code. I'm going to shrink that back because I don't like having my sidebar going over to the side. So we're going to include that, and this should still work. Okay, well, that's a good sign. So our very first step in starting to break this apart into components works A1. Wonderful. Now, we don't really, for this to work with any kind of basic program out there, the next step we got to do is take the actual basic program out of here, because it could be any program, not just this one. So we need to have our programs in their own tiddlers. So let's put that in its own tiddler. We're going to call this the Hello World .bas. We could set up a tag instead, but I'm kind of old-fashioned, I guess, from my old programming days. I'm treating this kind of like a .bas file, so I'm putting it in the name. And just so that it doesn't get treated as wiki text, I'm going to set this up as text plain, save it. There it is, our program. And in here, we're going to change this into a placeholder. 1, 2, 3. Set up anything at all. I'm just doing this because that's what I'm used to. And the idea is that during transclusion, we want to replace program by the text from this tiddler. Okay, so we've got that working. And the next thing we've got to do, of course, this program isn't going to work right now because we need to change it. We need to get into a little bit more fancier transclusion. And we're going to say, okay, get the text from the www basic HTML tiddler. Sure. We want to get the text. Get text. And then, once we've got the text, which is all of this stuff right here, we want to replace program with our basic source code. So let's do a search and replace of something, replace it with something else. So we want to replace program with the text retrieved from the hello world.bas. To do that, we're going to replace these square brackets with the curly brackets. And we're going to, just because I don't feel like typing it in, I'm going to copy that. And we're going to paste that right here. And say that we want to get the text for that tiddler. Get the text for that tiddler. So, our iframe, the source document, is now the contents of this tiddler. So, this tiddler, get the text for it, and then search and replace that program place mark. Replace it with the text from the hello world.bas tiddler. And off we go. And that did not work because I screwed something up. And let me get a little closer to my screen here. Ah, there it is. That'll do it. Squiggly that guy. And here we go. So our first couple of steps in componentizing this thing is to set things up so that the HTML is in its own tiddler and programs are in their own tiddlers. And we'll continue in componentization in the next video, keeping this video short because, well, my Chromebook cannot handle me doing a video that's half an hour or more long. So next one in a little bit.